Hey y'all, Tumbleweed here. I do want to let you know I deeply appreciate y'all who have bought and are reading my Tumbleweed Sagas. My fifth Tumbleweed Saga, Nueces Grit, Texans Answer the Call, was released back on December 21st by Defiance Press and Publishing. Now in this video, I figured to give you all a taste of this exciting piece of the saga. In this scene, Luke is tracking marauding Apache under Chief Costalites. He's got his two deputies and managed to persuade a Confederate cavalry patrol led by a lieutenant itching for action to join him. Here you go. They reached the top of a slight rise in the prairie floor. Spread before them was an intense battle, with Apache having fully surrounded a ranch house and barn. Luke took account of the number of warriors. He mumbled to himself. Got us 3-1. He counted on the element of surprise. Luke turned to Atkins. Lieutenant, get ready to spread your men out and make a lot of noise. I want to hear that rebel yell I've been hearing about. The Apache must think that the entire army's attacking. We're going to charge the Apache, Captain? Sure thing. Trust me, Lieutenant. They're going to escape as fast as their ponies can carry them. Luke nodded to Barber, Strong, and J.D. Ready? Luke put his spurs to Big Horse, started yelling like a banshee, and charged toward the melee. There was a horrible turn of events happening now for Costalites and his warriors. They were suddenly in a deadly crossfire between the cabin and a large body of charging business horsemen. Cavalry sabers gleamed in the fading light, and the noise of the rebel yells was deafening to the Apache ears. 2, 3, 6 Apaches fell. More were wounded and hanging onto their ponies. Costalites briefly saw a man on a big horse leading the charge, but it was to be his only glimpse of Ghost Who Rides. The chief sensed that he finally could come up against it. Costalites broke off the attack and hightailed it back toward the Apache camp. In a bitter irony, it turned out the clouds he'd seen on the horizon weren't heading his way. He'd suffered from a far different sort of storm. Luke and the Confederate cavalry pulled up in front of the ranch house. Half a dozen inhabitants emerged. A couple of the men in the cabin were wounded, but they'd put up a worthy fight. Y'all okay? Luke dismounted, and Atkins joined him. Where'd y'all come from? The apparent leader of the defenders stepped forward. Luke kept a straight face best he could. Just in the neighborhood. Atkins was still breathing hard, but couldn't suppress a bit of a grin at Luke's humbleness. Sergeant, see to the wounded. My name's Sims. The man stepped forward to shake Luke's hand. I run this spread for a fellow in Corpus Christi named Murdoch. He'll be right pleased. Glad we could help, Mr. Sims. I'm Texas Ranger Captain Luke Dunn, and this gentleman is Lieutenant Atkins. He looked off toward where the Apache had departed. I do expect this war party is part of a larger band. If you don't mind, we'll send a couple of scouts out to be sure. We might yet have to persuade them to leave the area. Appreciate that, Captain. You're welcome to spend the night here. Happy to cook up some grub for y'all. Now, Costalites would never admit it, but he was relieved to arrive at his encampment. While it wasn't in the chief's nature to be fearful of anyone, he sensed there was some sort of big medicine surrounding this Ghost Who Rides fella. He wasn't especially anxious to do battle again with the larger-than-life legend of the Nueces Strip. The curious part of him still wanted to meet Luke, but fear far transcended that desire. Maybe it was superstition, but this white man's spirit seemed incredibly strong. Costalites made the decision to break camp in the morning and head back toward Mexico. Hey, the Apache had plenty of livestock to sell and trade. No point pushing their luck. Now, did that grab you? I hope so. Now, Luke Dunn is as tough a lawman as they come. Nueces Grit, Texas Answer the Call, offers new dimensions, new tests for our Texas Ranger captain. With his mission, the addition of events and accompanying dynamics that have swept the South during the war between the states. War brings new dangers lurking for Luke Dunn, as most of Texas' prime fighting men are called to war and leave the frontier vulnerable to savages and bandits. Gritty, tough. It's part and parcel to Luke's life as lawman and rancher. Just about anywhere he rides, death could be reaching for his reins. My Tumbleweed Sagas, hey, they're not for the faint of heart. In addition to my latest release, Nueces Grit, y'all have been treated thus far to Nueces Justice, Nueces Reprise, Nueces Deceit, Nueces Blood. And oh, the Nueces thing? It's all about where most of the action takes place in South Texas. The Nueces Strip, Nueces Town, Nueces River. Also urge you to experience Nicholas Dunn, The Making of a Texas Legend, the biography I wrote about the life of my great-great-grandfather, a true Texan who immigrated from Ireland as a youth and became legendary in helping tame the Nueces Strip. All of my books from Defiance Press and Publishing are available online in print, e-audio, or e-book from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and most popular online booksellers. I've even got a special available as I offer a signed set of all 5 Tumbleweed Sagas for only $60. $60. Just grab my email from the contact page at tumbleweed.me and we can work that out. Meanwhile, I urge you to find yourself a comfy place, let your imagination come alive, reliving the American Old West with the Tumbleweed Sagas. Enjoy a cup of coffee, or even sip a glass of wine, or, hey, something more potent. And especially, please, buy my books, post a review. Y'all do take care now.